I believe we're live. And hey, welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And we are really late. And I hope you're doing well today. Sorry about that. Priorities. I got a chance to go to work out a little bit before I started my day. So I chose that one this morning because I think I needed to release some stress. I think it's really important. Everyone does that. But that's not the topic. The topic is Mester mistakes. So I'm going to do a couple things, share with everyone mistakes that I've made, things that maybe I should have done better or could have done better. But I wanted to show this because everyone makes mistakes. If we can't admit we make mistakes, we'll never grow and grow from those activities, and give you some tips and tricks on how to get around some of those things that I've done, maybe as a mentoring thing. So anyway, it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And we should be live on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Again, I apologize for anybody that comments on LinkedIn. I'll see the comments and I'll voice it out, but the system won't let me comment back to LinkedIn unless I'm logged in LinkedIn, and it's too complicated with one person. So that ain't going to happen. Anyway, we want to make sure that you bring value to customer, not work crazy hours, get home to family and friends, have fun in the office, and have fun at home, right? Give yourself some time. So I did want to share this because I did promise last week that I would talk about some of the mistakes. And this is just one of many that I've made, but I'm going to give you some latest ones and some things that I've done. So I'm just going to give this one up first. One of the things I always do, and we did a couple shows on it, I build an Agile coaching agreement that I share with everyone I coach. I share with their managers, send it to leads, Scrum Masters, product owners, tech leads. I send it to the teams I coach. I make sure we're all on the same page, or at least I think we all on the same page. And maybe that was my mistake. And sometimes you have to revisit that. It's just like a team norm, definition ready, definition done. And some of these I sent out a while ago. Hey, good morning. Hey, we had to chat one day and comment, and Jeannie, she commented, and I gotta talk to her one day. So I'm gonna be contacting you, by the way, very shortly. Maybe this weekend. What we need to revisit. So I have this coaching agreement. So part of it is I do not say anything during Scrum events. I'm gonna say usually because I make mistakes too. I don't engage unless invited. And one of the things I had adapted, and then what I'll do is watching the event, I'll correspond people outside the meeting. So I'm not predominantly in the meeting and taking over. And I want people to feel safe what they have to share. And then we'll talk about later outside on a one-on-one type of activity. So lately, my mistake has been when I see the team stuck in the middle of an event, or I have a thought, or I see something, I will raise my hand. Now, you would think, what's wrong with raising your hand, Greg? Well, sometimes people can take that as you inserting yourself in the conversation. So in this case, some people had given feedback, not to me, to other people, that they felt like me as an Agile coach, I was inserting myself into the Scrum event or breaking their flow, whatever that would be. And I'm like, you know what? I have been raising my hand a little bit too much lately, so I'm calming it down. However, what I did do is I took my coaching agreement and reset it out and offered opportunity for everyone I coach, the leads, to say, hey, here's the coaching. I just want to revisit that, make sure. Some people have felt that maybe I've been too engaged, and I would like to have another discussion on where we sit on this coach agreement, how much help I should be giving, not giving. I don't want to make people feel like I'm stepping on toes. Sometimes I worry because they invite me in and I have to be very concise in what I say and not act like, oh, you're totally wrong, right? So I don't say that, but sometimes I will say, well, here's a method I've done before. Try to explain a little bit as we go. So it's a dangerous thing as a Scrum Master, as a coach or Scrum Master, when people invite you to give feedback in, what do you do? So here's one thing that, as I was discussing this, how to take that on. When it looks like a small thing, fine, something real brief. It looks like it's a major change. you may suggest rather than coaching in that moment and breaking the flow of a meeting, this is what I came up with as I was thinking this out with somebody else. Suggest, look, that's a really good point. If you like, we can talk about that later because I think it's going to take a little more time and I don't want to take away from your Scrum event to explain different options, but I'll provide that to the team. We can do it outside the daily Scrum or whatever the event is so you don't take away from that and set it up that way. The other thing that I do is when I'm in there, I set up those things like, hey, let me know if I'm too much. It just, chime out and give them the heads up on how that feedback might go. Ideally, you'll do this before the meeting as an Agile coach. Sometimes I didn't, but when I've done it, it came out very well. So that is one of the mistakes I had where I assumed everyone was on the same page and they were okay with me raising my hand during a Zoom meeting to bring up some things when I see them stuck or, well, how about, why don't you just take that off the list altogether? Are you going to work it? And they're like, oh no, we're not working it. Get it off the backlog, clear out the clutter, So there's a little balance there, but make sure with your teams and how you're coaching that you are expressing that. Again, that's a mistake. It may seem like a minor mistake, but to other people, it may have been a major mistake. So we all make mistakes. Do we get upset because someone called you out on it? No, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, because I didn't get any one-for-one stuff. My goal is to re-engage with that person and try to find out what they really need from me, how I'm doing that. And like I said, I went out to all the people I coach, reset on the coaching agreement, said, hey, I got some feedback on that. I would love to have a conversation on how you want to do this and just open that up. And with that, on another day, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's fun day, so I want to make it fun. But next week, I'll give another thing that came in response, which I've gotten before, and how I am going to engage or take on that problem that shows up, because we always get these kind of problems. So I wanted to share some of those mistakes just to give that experience to you all. And with that, I want to say, have a great day. Happy scrumming. Take it easy. Friday's tomorrow. Think about some fun stuff. Text me some fun things you do with your team. I would love to see chat and LinkedIn, any fun things you do with your team. And take it easy. All right. Bye. And